Welcome back to Government Issue, and I'm Troy, and this is basically a watch review of a watch that I recently picked up. This is the first watch review on this channel here. There's plenty more to come, and I'm pretty much a watch connoisseur, I would like to call myself. I'm a big collector of watches, analog, battery operated watches, etc. Currently right now I'm wearing the Apple Series 5 watch, and I know Apple just released a new watch that's going to be coming out very shortly. Within a couple of weeks you'll be able to get, and I'm not quite sure if that's going to be for me even when I get that. But we're here for this, and that is this Invicta Japanese automatic Yakuza inspired watch. Now, of course, this is a Japanese movement, if you wanted to know. But this is my first Yakuza-inspired watch by Invicta. And I really enjoy these kind of watches because I've seen people wear them, and I was always inspired by Japanese culture, Japanese watches, Japanese art. And I saw this on sale on Amazon. And I said I just had to have it. So let's get into it. Now, of course, this is a authentic watch, right? You have the limited warranty instruction information manual that comes with this particular watch, right? Have that here, so you'll be able to register this watch with Invicta, of course, the serial tag, etc., to ensure authenticity of the actual watch. And of course, Invicta watches, they come with their bright yellow box. That's their brand, that's their thing, that's what they're known to do. But let's get into this watch. And of course, I'll go through the specs and everything like that, let you guys know, the case material, the diameter, the brand material, things of that nature, the band size. We're going to get into all of that, but let's get this thing unwrapped. Now, this watch retails for $1,495. Let me see if I can get that zoomed in for you there. All right? If my camera can ever pick it up. So our zoom isn't focusing to the best of its ability right now. But I didn't pay that, of course, right? Actually, I paid $199 for this particular watch. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I was able to get this on sale when I did. And like I said, I'm just a big watch guy, and I have big wrists. And I knew that from the review of this watch that it was a pretty large watch just by the diameter of the case, right, and things of that nature. And I'm used to wearing big watches, by the way. Actually I prefer big watches. I like to feel something on my wrist, and to be quite honest, the only time I really wear this Apple Watch is when I'm at the gym. Most of the time I wear like a stylish watch even when I'm at work. Maybe I need to ought to stop doing that because I can actually damage it due to the field of work that I'm in. Maybe I ought to start wearing my Apple Watch more to work. But yeah, this is the Yakuza inspired Japanese automatic movement watch, and they've really wrapped this thing with bubble wrap very well. I'm not even gonna front. They made sure that they wrapped this this watch really well, and I appreciate it. But it's quite a challenge to get it. Okay, great. So we're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere, but man, this thing looks beautiful. This thing looks beautiful. And of course, if you're a person that wears automatic watches, right, that do not take batteries. You know that they need to be worn to continue to keep their movement. So you might wonder, well, when you go to bed, how do you circumvent that? Well, you need to buy yourself a watch winder for automatic movement watches. So when you go to bed, you take your watch off. You don't got to wake up in the morning and set the time, set the date every day, because that get a bit annoying. So when you have a watch winder, it winds the watch even while you're asleep as if you're wearing it, and it keeps it moving. It keeps the kinetic energy of the watch going, and therefore you don't got to worry about winding it every morning. And if you have a watch that has a power reserve, you know, that's even better, because it keeps the reserve power there readily, excessively full at all times. All right, at any rate, so we've gotten the plastic off, but this is the watch. Man, this is beautiful. So this is the, man, look at that. This is the Japanese automatic Yakuza inspired Invicta watch. And I must say, I'm very much impressed. I'm very much impressed. One of the first thing I noticed about the watch, other than the weight, of course, I said it is very weighty. It does have a weight to it. So if you're one of those people that don't like to wear heavy watches on their wrists, this isn't it. Don't get this. This isn't for you. But if that doesn't bother you, this is right up your alley then. But I like the silver tone of the entire watch. But also, I like the fact that you can see the dragon inside of the watch face. But also, if I can zoom in, and if my camera ever focus, EOS Canon M50, work with me, please. They have like little diamonds in the dragon's eye of the actual watch. And it's beautiful. Now mind you, the watch is moving. And maybe that is just due to maybe transport, and maybe just possibly Invicta winded the watch prior to shipping. I do like the fact that the dials, they have like these white pin colored points inside of them. Beautiful. Beautiful, I must say. Very good crafting work. And the arms, they're white. That goes around, all white. And the other two arms, which tell the minutes and the hours, they're silver with interior white interface in the middle of them. And that's really great. Let's check out the side though, because on the side they have insignia engraved on the side of the actual body of the watch. It says Yakuza. Let me see if I can get that to zoom in a little more so you guys can really see that. It says Yakuza. I think that's really impressive. I think that's a hell of a job. They didn't have to do that. But to make this watch stand out, of course, they did. Now look at this watch winder. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. And I'm not complaining. And this might dig into someone's wrist if you have a small wrist. But for me, nah. More likely not. This is going to fit perfect on my wrist. Now on the watch band, you have the Invicta insignia embossed on the leather strap. And you have some cool design here going down the side of the strap. And on the other side, you also have pretty much the same thing. The Invicta emblem embossed on the leather strap. And on the other side of the arm straps, oh, that's cool. You have a animated graphic design of a dragon. and it's red on the underneath body part of the actual arm strap. And I think that that's pretty neat. That's a pretty neat Easter egg that Invicta decided to add with this actual watch. Now let me take this plastic off the bottom so we can see this beautiful Japanese movement at the bottom of this watch. Now look at that. 24 jewels in here. Now I'll tell you, this isn't my first Invicta watch, and this isn't my first Japanese automatic Invicta watch. So, you know, I'm familiar with the movement. I'm familiar with the quality and the design. So I kind of know what I'm getting. But Invicta, they really do make quality watches. Watches that you can wear on several different occasions. If you're going out on a date, you know, if you're going out, you know, to dinner, going to an interview. Hey, you're just going to a movie. You can wear this actual watch. Now let me wear this thing. Let me get this thing on my wrist, right? Because that's, of course, is going to be the end all be all, right? To whether this thing fits me snug or not. So let's get on to this thing. Put this thing on my wrist. Man, beautiful looking watch. Beautiful looking watch, I must say. Beautiful looking watch. Wait, gotta get the plastic off of here. I have a pretty good feeling I might wear this to work tonight with me. I might just wear this to work. I've been wearing my Brita watch as of lately to work, which is my all brown case, gold bezel, brown leather strap Brita watch. And sometimes, you know, I feel like it doesn't fit my uniform. But look at this. This is wow, this is great. Now, unlike some other watches, right? You might think, well, is this watch winder arm, is this digging into your hand? And I must say no, it's not. And you might think that because it's so huge and massive that it would, but it's not. It's really not. Again, this watch has weight to it. But here's another Easter egg that I didn't notice. They have a little emblem here on the clasp with the Invicta insignia here. And I think that's pretty neat. Makes the watch stand out. Let me see if I can get that in there so you guys can see that. Right there. It makes the watch stand out. And that stainless steel polished, they did a really good job on that, to be quite honest. For a $200 watch, Yakuza, my first Yakuza watch, you really can't beat that. And then they have another Easter egg on a wrist strap. This is S1. See if I can get that in there, so you guys can see that. And that's pretty cool. Pretty neat watch. But let's get into the model number. So if you're wondering what the model number of this particular watch is, it's going to be 15862, and the part number is 15862, right? Model year is 2011. The item shape is obviously a round shape watch, of course. And the type of mineral for the window of the watch, let's see. It's acrylic. It's an acrylic sapphire mineral. And allegedly it is scratch resistant. I mean, you don't want to be brushing and banging this watch up against a door, you know, when you're walking down the hallway. You know, this is not that kind of watch. You know, you want to, you know, wear this with some kind of understanding that, hey, you're trying to, you know, look obviously professional. You're trying to make a statement when you're wearing this watch. So you're not trying to walk around wearing this with the utmost carelessness attitude. So you want to be aware of that. And obviously the display type of this watch is an analog watch. It's an analog. It's not digital. It's analog, right? The clasp is buckled, right? So you're going to have to buckle this like you would buckle any other normal watch. And I'm fine with that. You know, some watches, they have the clasp mechanism that you got to clamp on and it attach, and that's how you lock the watch onto your wrist. But I'm kind of cool with the normal, sensible way of, you know, wearing a watch with the normal clasp. That's fine with me. The case material is stainless steel. This is a stainless steel case, if you've been wondering. And again, once it's polished stainless steel though. You know, it's not just refined stainless steel. It's polished stainless steel, if you've been wondering. And the case diameter is a 45 millimeters. So again, like I said, this is a very large watch. So if you have a small wrist, be aware of that. It's going to look maybe a bit weird on your wrist, but if you're a person that enjoy wearing large watches, then that wouldn't matter to you then, right? Again, I'm a guy that has large wrists, so it fits me perfectly. I said that the band was leather, and I was wrong, so I'm going to correct myself here. The band material is actually silicone. So this band material is actually silicone. It is not leather. Now, of course, you can opt out and get a leather band if you choose, but this is the one that came with the watch. And I'm a person that likes to keep, you know, my watches authentic as, you know, they arrive, to keep the originality to the watch, to keep them as original as possible. I know some people like to, you know, switch out the bands immediately due to their preference and to different band brands and styles and colors that they like. And that's totally fine. But I'm not going to change the actual band on this watch. Or if I need to replace it, I'm going to replace it with the exact band for this particular model. Now the band size is a 2010 millimeters and the band width is 24 millimeters. And obviously the band color is black with red stripe interior underneath the actual band. Again, the dial color is this silver gray dial color. And again, once again, it is beautiful. It is stunning. You know, when you wear this watch, I can only imagine someone's going to stop you and say, hey, can I see that? And take a look at your wrist. And once they see those diamonds in the eye of the dragon on this Yakuza Invicta watch, they're going to want their own Yakuza Invicta watch. I can pretty much assure you and guarantee you that. Not kidding you. The bezel material is obviously stainless steel, you know, and that's fine. And the bezel function is a stationary one. It does not have, it does have the date and calendar, and you're gonna have to adjust that, of course, inside of the actual watch. But again, if you have a watch winder, you pretty much can do that one time and then you'll be done with it. You don't got to do it every day because you'll be putting it in the winder when you go to bed, and the winder will do the rest for you to keep your watch in sync with the time and date. So therefore you wouldn't have to do it every day you wake up and prepare to wear this watch. And again, of course, this is Japanese movement. Some people like Japanese movement watches. Some people don't. I enjoy them. Again, maybe I'm a bit of a fanboy when it comes to the Japanese movement watches. I think they make very reliable watches in that regard compared to others. And I'm just quite assured with the product quality and insurance that this watch is going to perform to what I thought it was going to perform up to, the capabilities and what it's able to do. So I'm assured that I'm going to get my money's worth with this particular brand and with this particular watch. You might be wondering, hey, Troy, could you swim with this thing? First thing I'm gonna ask you, why would you want to swim with the Yakuza? It's not one of those kind of watches. Why don't you just get yourself a Apple Watch if you want to swim with the watch on, right? But you can swim with this watch, and the water resistant depth goes up to 330 feet. So, you know, that's the farthest you're going to go with this watch before it conks out and it's no longer, you know, operational, and it just becomes a paperweight to you at that point when you come out of the water. Not quite sure if you'll be able to repair it after that. And again, it's a really snazzy looking watch, and I would recommend this watch to someone that wants a watch that's different, that's unique, that have an affinity for the Japanese culture, that's also a watch person, that also enjoys the Yakuza artistic style of their culture and their branding. And this here does not disappoint. And that's just my opinion about it. For $200, I don't think you can go wrong with a watch that is as classy as this one. So guys, that's my review of this Invicta Yakuza inspired watch. Let me know in the comment box, what do you think? Is this something you're interested in? It's a very large watch. It's not for everyone, obviously. Automatic movement, right? 24 jewels, and Japanese automatic. It's for some, it's not for everybody, but it's for me, and I'm very much pleased with what I got. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Guaranteed, once you do that, you won't be disappointed. You'll come back for more. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.